Resident Evil.
Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and welcome back to Resident Evil, the board game. Continuing our way through the Bleak Outpost. We're coming to the end, we only got 2 more missions to go within this. Last time, however, as we explored around this very weird area, Chris and Richard went into the Aqua Ring and fought sharks! Lots of sharks, big sharks, little sharks, mama, big, chompy shark that decided to have a Richard sandwich. And they ended up beating that creature. They, however, decided that they're going to look around a little bit more in the Aqua Ring, maybe lick their wounds a little bit here and there, and they have called on Barry and Joseph to come back into the guard house and kind of explore around this area and see what they can find in here. A lot of greenery in this spot, some evil plants that they have to deal with, which is weird because I'm definitely I just did a video not long ago where I fought a giant plant, and yeah, weird theming I have going on right now. And that is exactly where we are today. Back into the house and going around trying to do what we can to make our next boss a little bit easier for us while also continuing to explore around. So let's head over to the book, read on that, give you some details about the special rules for this, why this is currently in a dice tray, and also some things that changed. There is a very important errata to this particular scenario that I will let you guys know once I finish going through everything. So here we are now heading back into Guardhouse B. The escape from Neptune, still vivid in your mind. Clamber free of the Aqua Ring, emerging once again into the guardhouse. Where once it seemed cold and hard, after your ordeal below the structure feels all too welcoming. You'd vow to never delve underground again. If you weren't so sure, you'd be forced to do so once more before the night is out. Looking around, you realize this part of the guardhouse is unknown to you, with no immediately obvious exits. You still haven't found what you came here for either. Time to shake off your wet clothes and explore. Objective: in this scenario, the characters must finish exploring their surroundings. If the strange lock door card has been discarded, the players can choose to successfully complete the scenario at any time. Special rules: Ivy's Domain. At the end of each character's turn, spawn a vine in their squares. That has changed. That is different. That line is very different, because with that there, you're basically playing a hard mode of the game. Again, I'll explain a little bit later. If there are already 6 vine tokens in play, remove the closest token that isn't in the same square as the character, then spawn that token in the character's square. Mixing the V-Jolt. At the start of this scenario, shuffle the puzzle cards and deal them face down in a row on the puzzle track. You don't need to shuffle them. Shuffling them makes absolutely no difference. It doesn't matter what order they're in. They really just need to be face down. A character in the same square as the Star Crest token can spend an action to perform one of the following actions. There's a lot of actions that you can do here, and I will go over all of them when I am actually ready to mix the V-Jolt. Regardless, if each puzzle card is placed face up, retrieve the number 7 item B card and place it in either the active character's inventory or the item box. Roots of Plant 42. A character with the V-Jolt in their inventory and in the same square as the objective token can spend an action to discard the card and remove each vine token from the play area. After discarding the V-Jolt in this way, for the rest of the scenario, ignore the Ivy's Domain special rule. Beehive. A character with the insect spray in their inventory and in the same square as the Sun Crest can spend an action to discard the card and draw a card from the item B deck. Then, search the tension deck, draw and discard piles for each Bee Swarm and Infestation card and remove them from the game. Card decks. There are no new cards added to the item A deck, but the B deck has 5 cards in it. The Unprinted Book, Self-Defense Gun, Insect Spray, 003 Key, and more incendiary rounds. Within the tension deck, you're going to shuffle both of the number 19 tension cards into the tension deck at the start of this scenario. This scenario has 5 exploration cards, and after completing the scenario, you search the tension deck for the 3 number 17 and 2 number 19 cards and remove them from the game. Those are also, by the way, the Bee Swarm and the Infestation cards, so you may get rid of them early should you have done the Beehive little side thing that I mentioned. Regardless of all that, add the Guardhouse C scenario card to the map. Okay, so for those of you out there that have played Guardhouse B, I can only imagine your frustration and annoyance going through this. I've seen a lot of videos about this and everything. This is generally the area where most people die for the first time, because the way that it's written within the book is that at the end of the player's turn, now keep in mind this is how this works. A player's turn is consistent of 3 phases: the character phase, the reaction phase, and the tension phase. In hard mode, character and reaction, or reaction and tension phase to flip, but whatever, we're not doing that. So those are your 3 phases. Once you finish all 3 phases, that is your end of turn. So in this case, after I draw and resolve a tension card, a vine token, according to the rules, bloop, would go basically in the same square as my active character. These vines are really the bane of all existence for this particular map. Let's actually look at them. Let's pop them up right on over there. Vines are level 1 threats, so they're really not that threatful. You'd think they're not, but they actually get pretty crazy. They don't move, they don't have any range, they only have 1 health, but they do 1 damage. They have 2 special abilities. Wildfire. If this enemy is hit by an attack made by a flamethrower or incendiary round, it applies the effect to each other vine in the same and adjacent square. So the vines are basically considered single base enemies, and multiples can be on the same square. So it could be like this, and then another vine could be over here. If Barry right here uses a flamethrower and ignites this, because they're considered enemies, they're not bodies, so you can't use your lighter. You have to use a flamethrower or the incendiary grenades. Lights this on fire, it burns this, it burns this, it burns this, it burns this, because all of these are adjacent, and you would get rid of all of these vines all at once, which is very, very helpful. In addition to that, the vines are fragile. If this enemy is pushed, it suffers 1 damage. So basically, it's going to pop up right here. Oh, it's below Barry. Now, on his turn, for him to move, he's going to need to make an evasive roll. If he fails that roll, which basically means, a hit point or whatever, he only rolls 1 dice in order to do that. If Barry fails that roll, he takes 1 damage from the vine, he stays in his spot, but then he pushes the vine, and you can ideally think he's snapping it. So then, poof, the vine is gone. So that basically wastes a turn for him, and then you can continue moving on. That is all how it is based in the book. At the end of every turn, the vine comes in, blah, 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 and then, grabbing you and everything like that. If you go online and you start doing some research for this, there's a very, very important errata that Sherwin put down on this. First, he described that turn order that I talked about before, but then after that, it says, at the end of each character's turn, if the top card of the tension deck discard pile has a purple or yellow symbol, that doesn't make any sense, I'll explain that in a moment, spawn a vine. Basically, he's telling you that if the tension cards that are flipped over, let me find one, hold on 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so these 2 are exactly what I was talking about. And purple and yellow make no sense because they come in green, yellow, and red. He's mostly just talking about if it has any one of these 2 symbols on the bottom, the X symbol or this little star symbol. If the top of the tension deck has either one of those symbols, that is when you spawn a vine. And personally, I think that is better than every player turn, because these vines can be a pain in the butt if they keep coming and coming and coming and coming. This is a little bit better of a way to, limit them. And then, of course, to you can take care of them easier that way. So that's the first change to this. The second change I'm not going to worry about at all, because I'm just going to leave it the way it is, because that one seems to be more optional, whereas the one that I said seems to be an official errata, basically making the vines not do any damage. They're more of a hindrance. So it's like vines come in, they grab your character, and then you have to roll an evasion move in order to move out of there or anything along that ways. If this is really giving you a huge amount of trouble, make it so that way all the vines don't do any damage. So if they do 0 damage to you, then at least they're a challenge, don't get me wrong, but at least they're not slowly but surely picking away at your character's health, because let's face it, that's going to be, there's the infestation card, the new card that got put in here is a pain. Such a pain. And if that comes up, then, oh man, you're going to be in for a world of hurt, especially if it's in a central hub area. Now, again, before I was talking about before, why am I in this little tray right here? Well, this map actually has 2 levels to it, as you can see with the stairs right here. We're going to be spending the majority of our time on the 2nd level. But this room right here, for those that may remember the game, are where the routes to Plant 42 are. And our goal, well, it's not really a goal. The main goal is to get into the room with Plant 42. We can do that without ever coming back here, by the way. If we go upstairs and choose to make the V-Jolt, we can then come back down these steps into this room and then use the V-Jolt here, and Plant 42 is actually easier in order to deal with. It's a easier boss. I do plan on doing that because I'm going to do everything in this game regardless of anything. So that's what the concept behind this is. And I have it here because this is all this map is. I can easily just lift this and move it and then leave the rest of the map, on the table. So when we come back here, you'll see like little bits of map around the side. Just know we're on this level, which I assume is low, because then we're going to go up to the next level. All right, let's come on over here. We actually haven't talked about anything on this side yet. We do have Advanced Berry, as we have before. We know that once per turn, when Barry kills an enemy with his attack, I'm going to count those vines as enemies. So if he kills one, then I'm going to be able to choose a tension card from the discard pile and shuffle it back into the deck. One of my favorite abilities ever. Also, when Barry moves into a square containing another model, this is not a model. This is a token. So this will not work for that. That would be the vine. He can resolve a push against that model. It is a token. That is not a model. So he can't just go in and kill it immediately. I have him with the shotgun, the grenade launcher, the lighter, and I gave him some shotgun shells that I had in my my inventory, because the shotgun is only at 4 and the inventory, the grenade launcher is at 5. He's going to kind of be the big shooter at this point, if anything big comes out, which I'm sure there will be. We also have Joseph over here. I had to go back through my notes because Joseph was short one, he can only have 3, my goodness, lighter fuel, and he only had 2, so I keep good detailed notes, I'm telling you guys. Remember, with Joseph, at the start of each of Joseph's turn, you can place him in an adjacent square, and as the Alpha Team Scout, when Joseph removes an encounter token after resolving the encounters, he can be placed in an adjacent square. The Master of Movement, I didn't really use him so well last time, but I do plan on doing it very, very much better this time. He's actually going to be my starting player too. Give him the Home Gamer Dad little token here that my buddy Paul made, and then just represent whose turn it is. So he's going to be my starting guy. He has the handgun with some handgun bullets, the flamethrower, which is always great, and a green-red herb. There is a box pretty close to when we begin, once we actually go up the stairs, so I got to remember where that is and keep everyone kind of close to it, in case I need that blue herb, which I may. Tension deck, enemy deck, A deck, which is where it is right now, B deck. Thing about the B deck is, again, there are 5 cards in this B deck. As you explore the map, there are only 4 actual, items in it, B items that you can pick up. You get the 5th B item by defeating the Bs. And yes, it is possible that the item to defeat the Bs is the last card here, so that means that you can't do it. Really, defeating the Bs just pulls you from the B, beating the Bs draws for the B, so that's why you get more B items. Our goal is to get the B item in order to get to that room, in order to where Plant 42 is. So if we get it early, we can just kind of go from there. So that's everything all set up here. And with all that said and done, let's go ahead and get this started. So we know that Joseph is our first player, so I'm going to give him his free movement up front here. I want to get off of this dice tray as soon as I can. So let's go ahead and do our first attack. So he's going to go ahead and use his handgun, fire 3 shots at the dog. Come on. Oh, good. Okay, so that's boom, fire off right there. So that is awesome. So this dog is defeated. The next dog hears that, so he runs 2 up right here. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. 1, 2, 3. Hey, I'm in the dice tray, so why don't I just roll in the dice tray in here? That's a complete miss. Dog is now on top of me. Do I just take the chance and fire it? Because he's going to come at me anyway. Yeah, why not? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. I'm wasting so many bullets right I have. But I do have the handgun bullets already, so I'm not really too worried about it. Double push. That was 1. That was 2. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4th. 4th and final action, because remember, he got that free movement. Come back here, dice. Can we please kill the dog? Nope, we push him. I'll push him over 1. And then enemy reaction phase, he goes up 2, and hopefully Barry will be able to beat him on his turn. There was a lot of bullets that he wasted right there, but again, I'm not really too worried about that right now. Cornered. Locate the closest active carrier where the enemy has no character. Move the enemy, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's not happening because there are no other enemies on the field. So Barry's turn. And again, just so anybody out there was wondering, I do not play by the rules where if a card can't be resolved, I draw 2 more from it because, I mean, this is a little bit special case just because of the, really early in the game. But like, if I'm clearing out all these rooms and doing my due diligence to make sure that all of the enemies are not there, then this is a freebie. Then I'm making it safer for myself, and that's just how it is. So sorry, that's the way I play it. That's the way I've been playing it for every one of these. It's still a challenge. It's still a lot, pretty crazy. And it is still Barry's turn, which, you know what? Yeah, we'll move forward 1, and I'll go ahead and pump a shotgun shell into the dog. I realized that I had these 2 swaps, so Joseph is the one in front. Barry is back there in the beginning. So for 1 action, we move forward. Action number 2, as I said, we pump a shotgun into the dog, and there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Away goes the dog. Hooray. All right, so that was 1, 2 for the shots. Get out of here. 3 and 4. That's great. I am going to go into this room with Joseph in order just to clear it out and then not have to worry about it later. All right, Barry's turn. All clear. Remember, if there was ever a symbol down here, then a vine would spawn. All right, Joseph gets his free movement right there in the beginning of the round. So we'll go 1. We'll open this for 2. And we will walk on in for 3. Remember that Joseph, as soon as I finish this, he can then move to an adjacent spot. So let's pull our 2 enemies. All right, so first we have locate the closest tile to the active card that contains 1 or more enemies and at least 1 non-locked door. Open every non-locked door. Well, that says no locked doors here, so that's fine. Open the closest, locate the closest tile that contains 1 or more. Wow, I got the same one twice, which is fine down here because nothing actually happens, but that's actually not great because these things open doors for me later on, and that's very helpful exploring, but all right, well, that's that. Joseph's actually going to go right here. Well, he gets a free movement, actually, because I did resolve that. So I'm going to move him freely on the A, and then he's going to spend his last action, and he's just going to pick up this A item, which happens to be kerosene. So the kerosene is just going to drop right there. That's actually really good. I will definitely want to come back later for that. So that's just going to stay on the board, and I won't have to worry about that for the remainder. It does not get shuffled back into A, so I got to start whittling that down. All right, so we got 3 here, so that's fine. So that is the end of Joseph's turn. He's going to draw. All clear. Barry's turn. All right, Barry, here we go. We're going to make our way up. 1, 2, 3. And yes, he is going to make his way to the top. The top room is green, so he doesn't have to worry about anything. I just kind of hope that it's at all clear because I don't want to set anything up yet until Joseph gets up top as well. All right, Barry, please, 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 please. All right, all clear. Perfect. All right, Joseph goes up here. I'll do my whole shtick and everything where I walk through the doors and whatever in a moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And yes, his next turn, he's going to have to use an action in order to get onto the spot, which I will do later. But just for the sake of argument, let's now go ahead and officially explore exploration card 1 inside of the guardhouse. All right, here we go. This is basically our central hub right here for the guardhouse. We'll be back downstairs in a little bit. I do have to draw a attention card for Joseph, so FYI. But as you can see in the upper right, the green room, that is where Barry is right now. I knew there was nothing to be pulled there, so that's fine. There's also the item box. We have 2, 3, and 4 that we can open up, and any one of those with the green like lines through that are, what is that? Those are open archways, so enemies can move freely between those areas. So you have Barry up here. He's made his way up the stairs already. Joseph will come in a little bit later. The door, the area, the A. There's no B items yet, but those are going to be pretty much behind all the doors that you see here. The door right here, the door right here. There's actually a door right here as well to open up different areas. So I'm going to have Barry and Joseph kind of explore this area over here, like this side of the map, before we move on to the other sides and just kind of work our way through everything. So there you go. Let's pull from Joseph, and then Barry will have his turn. It would just be really annoying if it was anything bad. All right, it's an all clear. All right, let's keep going then. Okay, here we go. Barry, 1. Open for 2. And I'm going to move him in for 3 because all he has to do is pull 1 from the deck. It's not going to spawn on him because he's on that, so we'll see what happens. Spawn a corpse, place a yellow and explore token on this tile. Great. All right, where is it? It should be right there, right? I know Barry's on. Okay, yeah. So the corpse is right here. Hooray, hurrah, and all that in between. I do want to pick up the A item just to see what it is. So for Barry's last move, he's going to walk over here. Of course, once Joseph comes up and in, he's going to have to pull another card because any new person that walks into this tile will have to pull a yellow exploration card. And now into Barry's turn. Okay, so it's all clear, but as you can see right here, a vine now spawns. So boop, right. I'm just going to put it underneath Barry. It does, again, count as an enemy in here. If there were zombies in here as well, it would just continuously add to the difficulty of trying to get out of here. So 1 zombie in here would need a medium dodge because I'm standing on an enemy of sorts. So there we go. There's that. And again, I maintain that if I can break this, that counts as killing an enemy because it is a small base enemy. So I'm going to use Barry's ability in that case. Anywho, we're using a free movement from Joseph because that's what he does, his free movement up there. So now we are with Barry. We have 4 movements, so 1, 2, but of course moving into here means drawing a, a 1 card from the encounter deck. Which, even though that just happened moments ago, I forgot to remind you anyway, was put back on there because of this encounter card. And now we have discard this card without effect. I'm so glad these are coming now, but I know we're going to get really bad things soon. All right, Joseph, 3, and, well, I can just give him, no, we're just going to go 3. I could give him a free movement, but I'm not going to. We're going to go 3, 4, and he's going to open up that door right there and leave it at that. I mean, I could have him, well, no, the vine would be here, so he would need to go through that vine. No, we're going to leave it at that. That's fine. I do want Barry to get that item, so let's pull from the tension deck. And then we'll see what happens. I should be jumping around that token, but I'm not. Shattered glass. Oh, goodness. And we are in the teeth. So draw an additional attention card. Spawn a Cerberus on the active character's tile. Let's do that first. So he's actually going to blop right there in between the two of us. Ha! Another dog. Oh, you think you can kill us now? Oh, no, not another one. And we'll draw a second one because of that dumb card. No escape. Open the closest non-locked door. Enemies on 2 tiles connected perform a reaction. And a thing is going to spawn. Ew. All right, closest non-locked door would actually be this one right here. So I'm just going to kick that open. So, see, opening doors like that isn't so bad. So we know that that's non-lock, closed door to the character. Yeah, it's the closest one. But now he's going to react. And because that symbol is like the better version for the Cerberus, he actually has a range of 3 and an attack of 1. So we're going to attack Joseph and see if he dodges it, which he does. Okay, so Joseph dodges it. He doesn't get a push or anything because he's not in the same tile, but at least the dog doesn't attack. But I believe the dog jumps into the same space as him because that's how that works. And because of the symbol, a vine, bloop, goes on the bottom of Joseph. Oh, man. See, this is... I don't mind spawning them with those symbols, but as you can see, if it was at the end of every turn, it could get really bad. All right, so Barry's turn right now. He has to move. Well, actually, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to ignite the corpse on fire. So he's going to use one of his 2 kerosene and his lighter, and he's going to light that up. So that is out of here, which is good. Barry's then going to... Man, no, I'm going to let Joseph use his flamethrower on that. Well, he will get the reaction regardless. No, I think Barry should try to help him. So let's go ahead and fire our shotgun. So put it at 2 left in the chamber, and then he can actually use his shotgun shells in order to... okay, good. Whoa! In order to reload it. So at least the dog is gone. Joseph, get down! And away goes the dog. It's actually a spread effect, right? No, I didn't get that. No, I got the single line. If I had gotten the burst effect, then I could have hit everything here, and then that would have destroyed the vine as well. I'm going to leave the AM. I'm not going to go for it yet. I am going to move Barry, though, closer to Joseph, so... He'll move 1 space, and he'll make the evasion, so that vine stays there. That was 1 shot, 2 for move, 3. Do I just leave him there and wait? I think I do. I think I will just leave him there and wait. I know Joseph would get the free movement, which I think would avoid the what is it, the vine, but no, I'm gonna wait on that. So that should be all right. Actually, for Barry's last turn, he's going to use his shotgun shells and reload his shotgun, so that'll get shuffled back into the A deck later, bringing this all the way up to 6. So it feels a little bit better being able to have some more ammo on him for sure. All right, so now it is Joseph's... Oh, no, we got to do the tension card for Barry. Hold on. Oh, no! Spawn Lisa Trevor. Oh, that's bad. Oh, no. Remove any wounds if Lisa... Oh, great. Oh, great, Lisa. Holy jeez. There she is. Lisa has appeared on the board already. Oh, man. And then another vine technically is underneath Barry. So, yeah, we got 2 vines and Lisa right in front of us. Oh, this isn't good at all. Guys, turn. We got to deal with this before we go anywhere. All right, now it is Joseph's turn. Lisa has 3 health that we have to deal with, so we're just going to flamethrower. She's right in front of us. I have a full 10, so let's go one at a time and see what we can do. All right, first roll of the flamethrower gives us 2 damage to Lisa, so that's good. Again, Joseph is not using his free movement in the beginning because that would just be terrible. So that's 1 shot from the flamethrower, and we're going to fire off another shot, and there it is. Okay, good. Oh my God. Scare her away. Burn it, burn it, burn it. Fire, fire, fire. Burn, burn, burn. Lisa, go away. Lisa, she runs. So that, oh my goodness, that is crazy. I also realized that I killed an enemy with Barry, so I should have been able to shuffle back in a green card, which probably would have avoided dragged shackles, but I didn't. Hands off the chess piece. It is what it is. I have to be better at remembering it. However, in order to move into the next room now, I'm going to need a better dodge. Do I even bother with that at the moment, or do I just run for that A item right now? Because if I go into here, Lisa might come back. You know what? Let's give it a shot. All right, so this is going to be action number 3 for Joseph, and I need to get... Nope, neither of that worked. I am going to say that he got hit by that vine. Ouch. But I push it, and so one of these vines actually snaps off, so that's fine. We will... Do I just do number 4? You know what? No. What I'm going to do, action number 4 is going to be reloading the handgun. I reload it by 8, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 11 shots in his handgun now, and that is his 4th and final action. So he did get hurt, which is awful, but there's only 1 vine in it, and if Barry moves, he can then do that whole shuffle thing, as I mentioned. All clear, no other vines spawn. All right, Barry, you get 1 movement, and you fail it. So Barry takes a damage. This is why those vines suck, but I can snap that off. And again, because I consider it a enemy, I'm going to take this all clear and shuffle it back in, because the more of those in here, the better. Remember, that only can happen once per turn. So even if Barry goes into the room, finds something, and attacks it and kills it, I can't do another one until Barry's turn. So that was action number 1. He failed it, unfortunately, but that's all right. So we'll just do action number 2, walk on in and open up, or not open up, see what this pull happens to be. Just don't be Lisa. Please don't be Lisa. What do we got? After resolving all spawn entry points, blah, 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 each enemy on this tile and link tile performs a reaction. Again, these aren't going to really matter very much, but we're going to get a whole lot of bad things coming at us very soon, I bet. Considering this is a 3 pull right here, that is exactly what I am thinking. Fail for 1, moving for 2. I'm just going to move 1 for 3, and I'm going to call it the end of Barry's turn. I'd rather have Joseph come on in there. Just stand by Barry, and hopefully the 2 of them can take care of things. Taking care of business. Barry and Joseph. There's an all clear. Fantastic. All right, Joseph gets his free movement. As we very much know, he's backing into that room because, geez, you have no idea what the heck is going on. All these plants and things. 1 and 2. It was inevitable. I had to do it. So, triple pull in this spot. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Spawn 2 zombies. Ew. All right, spawn number 2. Boom. spawn a zombie. So we got 3 zombies so far. I think 2 of them are in front of Joseph, so we can actually burn them, which is great. And spawning crows. If this is the laboratory of the caves, it is neither, so that is fine. So we got 3 zombies and some crows. This could have been a whole lot worse. All right, so evenly distribute. You got a zombie here, you got a zombie here, you got a zombie here, and you got the crows here. Now remember, the crows have a special ability to them as well, drawn to noise. When a character on the same or link tile makes an attack, the enemy is placed 2 squares closer to them. It's basically their movement reaction of sorts if they make any type of attack, which Joseph is right now going to make such attack. He would have gotten a free movement by resolving that pull, but he is in prime position right now to use his flamethrower and ignite both of those zombies. Down to 7 shots within that flamethrower. I got to double check to see how much it refills whenever I use a kerosene token in order to refill the flamethrower. There we go. Okay. I was really worried there for a moment. Spread shot. That's all that matters. 1 damage to the entire space, which is perfect because that is everything right there. Burn, 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 burn. And both of those zombies are incinerated. Huzzah. However, again, that also means with the crows, they move 2 spaces closer and that guy moves 1 space closer. What did I have again? I had my beginning movement 2, 3. Am I out of turns? Am I out of actions? Oh God, I don't remember if I'm out of. I'm gonna just say I'm out of actions and just leave them right there. I think I have 1 more action left, but even if I did, there's nothing really I can do. So, well, I'm just gonna stop Joseph's turn right there. So much happens all the time that I lose track of it. I've done it in previous games. I'm gonna continue to do it. No one is perfect, as we all know out there. Thank you all for understanding and letting me know all these things as I go through this, because it just kind of helps everyone else out as we play. Now then, whoa! Tension, all clear, except for the fact that there's now a vine underneath Joseph. Just like this. Boo. Oh, man. I wish maybe, no, I don't know if I had Joseph's, what is it? Was that his last turn or anything along that ways, to take a shot at the crows and everything with his pistol? Nope, we're fine. I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and go to Barry. Barry's going to go 1. And then he's going to attempt to move past those things, and he will fail. So unfortunately, Barry will take another point of damage because of those vines. Again, if you want to, you can have them do no damage, and they just kind of hinder you. So that kills this. So that was 1. He tried to move again for 2. He could not. So now we have a 3rd movement, which I will move him here. I do want to say that I am going to go ahead and put the all clear that does not have the symbol on it back into the deck, because we don't want any more of those symbols coming out. Now, Barry does have 1 more move left, or 1 more action. I guess I'll just shoot the shotgun at the birds. I know that seems like a waste, and it's going to move the zombie up 1, but you know, Joseph can move in and hit him with the flamethrower and everything, and I think that might be the best choice. So yeah, let's go ahead and shotgun for 1. I hate the fact that I feel like I'm using these very strong weapons in order just to take down little enemies. But like, see, and even like that, that's a massive hit with the shotgun, sending all those birds flying. Kablooey, and away they go. Goodbye, birds. He already did his ability for the turn. Zombie lurches forward. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Zombie would have been on this spot anyway, because at the end of Joseph's turn, he would have moved up 1 in a reaction phase. Oh, this actually turned out a lot better than I thought. Because the shotgun, the shotgun would not have, hit, what was it? The square, because I didn't get the blast symbol on it. But I actually think I will rather, I'm just going to, again, shoot the crows. It's going to cause him to react, and then zombie reaction phase, he's going to be on the same space as Barry, and I am fine with ending his turn right there. Because at least now the zombie is within flamethrower range, and Joseph can take care of it on his next turn. We got an all clear right there from Barry, which is good. Joseph's turn, hey, it's right there already. I get 3 back whenever I use a kerosene thing in order to fill it up, but we're still just going to go forward anyway, using 1 to burn the zombie. I'm actually also going to move Joseph into the same space as Barry and the zombie, just because he gets that free movement. And I'm pretty confident that I'm going to kill him here. Yes, that's good. So by doing that, at least the zombie goes away, and now I have 3 more actions to go with Joseph. All right, so this zombie goes away, is all ignited and incinerated, just as all the other ones. So that was 1. 2, I think what I'm going to do is I actually want to just explore these first, get this side of the map out of the way, and then come over here a little bit later. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 movement for Joseph. So we'll just make our way up over this way. Drawing his tension card. Mission update, draw a mission card. Cool, let's see what we get. All right, let's see who we can find in here. I'm actually looking for more Stars members. At the very least, I want to find Jill. Finding Jill would be awesome, and like that would just make that would make me so happy. Securing an escape route. Draw 4 cards. If this character survives and didn't abandon the mission, reduce the imagined danger level by 2. There was actually 2 of these. We found one of these before. I know we did, because we did it then. This is the second one in the deck, so this is going to completely come out after I finish it. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Brad, you're my main one right there. And remember, we have to draw 4. We need to draw 4 cards in order to do this. If he successfully does it, then Brad has secured an escape route, which is perfect for our mission over here. I'm just gonna leave this kind of over here. He's at full health, so we'll see what we can do. So these are our cards. Well, we'll just do one at a time. First one. Okay, that's fine. The hourglasses don't mean anything, so that's great. So that's 1. He takes 1 damage. That's fine. So that's card number 2. Card number 3. I'm ignoring the purple because that means reshuffling it back in and everything. That's always what these mean. These always mean like reshuffle in the refine a new mission or whatever. No, that's silly. But this also means that he would heal himself for 1. I'm actually also going to ignore that just because I'm ignoring this one as well. Normally you would do them both and he'd be back at full health, but that's okay. We'll just say that never was the case. And that's it. That's it. Oh my goodness. Our danger level has gone down by 2. So I'm just bringing up the map screen right now. As you can see, we are at danger level 10. I'm dropping that thing down to 8 right now because Brad, brave, quote unquote, brave Brad, found at least a better escape route and brought the mansion danger level down. Wow, that was crazy. After looking through all those cards that I pulled, they were some pretty... The one of them was a safe room. I don't have the safe room in that. I'd have to reshuffle the deck in order to get that safe room back. But, you know, whatever. This is now out of the game completely, so we'll never see that again. And I'm very sure that there's no more of those within the deck. Thank you, Brad, for being awesome. Okay, that was Joseph. That finishes his turn. So now we are back over the Barry. No new people found. But again, the mansion danger level has gone down, and once we fight Plant 42, it'll be even better. All right, Barry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just hopping over Joseph here and making your guys' way over to this side of the map. Now, Barry draws his tension card. Isn't all clear. It's no vines either, which is good. Free movement from Joseph. 1. Kick this open for 2, and entering in here for 3. Drawing 2 from the encounter deck. Oh, man, I wish that safe room was still in here. Place a yellow unexplored token on this tile. That's great. So that means Barry's going to have to pull something else when he gets in here. Spawn snakes! So it's a single snake that goes in there. We're not in the laboratory of the caves, or the laboratory, I should say, so he is still going to be in the mix. All right, so that plops there. These snakes are right here. And that's actually exactly where I want to go. Because I resolved this, I do get a free movement, so I will move up as well. That was a free 1, kick over for 2, move in for 3, got my free movement. All right, fourth action, burn the snakes. Actually, no, I changed my mind. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to back up 1 as my free movement. And then what I'm going to do is I realized that Barry is much better with the flamethrower than Joseph is. I only gave it to Joseph because he has most the kerosene tokens in order to be able to refill it. So actually on this fourth turn, I'm going to spend one of these kerosene tokens from Joseph, and I'm going to put 3 back into the flamethrower. And then on Barry's turn, which again, this is Joseph's turn, he is going to do a trade and kind of take the flamethrower from him. So end of Joseph's turn, flipping this over, all clear, back to Barry. I'm not doing very good at jumping back and forth with this, but you guys get the idea. Oh, and can't forget, the snakes move 2, so they're actually right here, which is perfect because Barry's right here. It is Barry's turn. He's going to move 1. Then action number 2 is we're going to do some swap-swapping, flip-flopping right here. So I'm actually going to... do we do 1 and then the other? I'm definitely giving this to Barry for sure. So now he has the flamethrower. The lighter is now going to be really useless. Let's give... So flamethrower comes over here. Let's give Joseph... I'm going to give Joseph the shotgun. I feel like the shotgun's better. I'll find more shotgun shells as I go along the way. So shotgun over here. Flamethrower right there for Barry. And I'm just going to go ahead and bloop. Do 1 and fire it up. Because if Barry can kill things faster with the flamethrower, we can put more of those all clears back into the deck faster. Come on, Barry. Fried snake. Fry snake. Deep fry it up. Burn, burn, burn. Snake on a stick. Yum. Fire off that snake and away it goes. Goodbye. Now, here's the issue with this. I did 1. I exchanged for 2. I burned for 3. I could just walk in, right? There's a spot. You know what? Let's just do it. Walk in for 4. Yeah, come at me. Come at me, all you monsters in here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this first before I use his ability. 2 zombies! And they actually were both going to spawn by that door because Barry is in the other spawn spot. So that I'm just going to put to the side. This is going to get shuffled back into here. All right, and actually those 2 zombies are going to move in tandem together closer to Barry. So I think I'm just going to have Joseph deke them out. So they're right here. Boop, boop, boop. 2 zombies right there. We have a reaction phase, so they're going to move 1 space closer to Barry. He'll do attention draw. Oh, Fever's Assault. During the next player's turn, increase enemy movement by 1. This card remains in play for an entire round. So it's actually at the end of Barry's turn, this goes away. So it's in play. Not that it really matters or whatever. But if there was any vine spawnage or whatever, it would have been different. So, okay. So that's fine. Now Joseph is going to go. We'll give Joseph that free movement. And he'll go 1, 2, and actually walk through this arch over here for 3 into this area, which is exploration card number 3. All right, so we got ourselves our first bee item over here. Remember, there are only 4 possible bee items that we can pick up. The 5th one is inside the beehive's nest, which we haven't found yet. We may need to do that. We may not. It's hard to say. But at least we have another A item and only 1 pull for this 1 tile. Please, oh please, oh please, because I pulled a tile with some spider webs on it. That does not indicate what is coming out of the deck, because it will spawn right here regardless of anything. I do have 1 more move for Joseph. He does have a brand new shotgun in hand, so it's probably not the worst thing, but if he fires it, these 2 zombies are going to go 1, 2 right on top of him because they have their movement increased by 1, remember. A lot of bad could happen here. A lot of bad. Oh, it is a lot of bad. That's a Cerberus because they're just terrible all around. Okay, so the Cerberus is going to spawn there. Now I've completed this. I've done the whole thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Joseph's free movement because it would actually put him right here in the same spot as the Cerberus. I've resolved the whole thing. I've taken away the exploration token, so he gets that free movement. I do have 1 more left. I could take a shotgun on him, and then these zombies would go 1, 2, and then they would go 1 right onto his next move. Barry could then go 1, 2, 3, and then burn them all, and then Joseph can grab the other stuff. I think maybe I'm going to do that. Man, you think that having that 1 extra movement doesn't mean anything, but it really does set you back, especially if you want to put your characters in position in order to kill things. Oh, okay, good. All right. It's shoot it. Ukale, fire away! And there goes the dog away. But then you guys are like, oh, 1, 2, right into the same room. Because again, this is an archway right here, so they are definitely moving through regardless. Enemy reaction phase, they go one up right here. And that is going to be the end of their turn. Well, the end of Joseph's turn anyway. I'm just going to jump this over here. The end of Barry's turn. This is going to go into the discard pile. Treacherous Footing. Place this card next to the active character's tile. It remains in play for the rest of the character. Well, okay. So, positive point. Once I'm done in this room, I am done in this room completely. But otherwise see, the funny thing is, this goes next. Place this card next to the active character's tile. It remains in play for the rest of the scenario. It has the symbol on it, but it's not technically on top of the discard pile. So I find it weird that would this have spawned I'm not going to spawn a vine, because it's technically not on top of the discard pile, but I guess in certain situations, if you're discarding things and tossing it, there's a way that could be there. But yeah, that's it for the rest of the game then for that. Instead of putting the card there, which pretend that the card's there or whatever, I have this little token that says 3 actions. So that card is removed from the deck for the rest of the game. Technically, it would just slide into here and that's that, but it's just easier to have a little symbol there. Anyway, now it is officially Barry's turn. Barry needs to get up there to help him. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3 and put himself in flamethrower range for both of those zombies. He does get 4 turns because he started it outside of this room, but I guess these little spider webs in here are hindering our characters now because they are, oh man, I was so close to not being where I needed to be. But they are definitely hindering our characters now, making it hard to move around. Barry steps up in point blank range. Let's torch it! Burning right through. And gone. Fantastic. That was his 4th turn, so I'm going to shuffle here, and then I'm going to draw the tension. That was a nice quick shuffle right there. Boom! Deadly Rasps! Oh, not a drawn encounter card. We're not there, so that's fine. After resolving all spawn entry points, replace the closest corpse with the Crimson Head. I've killed all the corpses! Oh boy, okay. That's what I mean about doing my due diligence. I'm taking care of things, taking care of business, making sure all my guys are in the best possible shape because this mansion is deadly, deadly, deadly no matter what. Now, it is Joseph's turn. As long as we start anywhere on this particular tile, we only get 3 actions. So picking up these 2 are going to be really annoying. Hopefully we won't get too bad with the tension card either. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have Joseph just stand on the B item. He's going to pick up the B item on his next turn. Barry will pick up the A item on his turn. All right, so we draw from the tension card. Reanimate. There is no locate the closest corpse back to the character, remove the corpse, and spawn a zombie. Again, due diligence. Getting rid of all of the things. All right, Barry. 1, 2, and picking up for 3. This is going to waste so much time being in this room, but I just want these items. I want to see what they are. All right, next A item happens to be more kerosene. So now that space has 3 kerosene on it. I could just refill Barry, or I could use that 1, put that back up to 10, and then grab those 2. I may do that next turn. Again, with only 3, it's like you got to be very careful on what you do. I switched them up again. 1, 2. Oh man, I hope that didn't mess things up at all. Especially with Joseph, I should have been able to move him. He could have gotten that extra move that I wanted. All right, whatever. It is what it is. I messed that up in terms of who was who and where they were, but it is what it is. Joseph, now at the beginning of his turn, is going to pick up this B item for action number 1, action number 2, action number 3, and that's going to be it. All right, so the first bee item that we found happens to be the insect spray. Use this on the beehive and guardhouse bee scenario, which again, if we find the beehive, which is behind the sun crest, we use the insect spray, we pull a bunch of cards out of there, which would be actually a great thing to do because they're all red cards, and then we draw another bee item. So I'm probably going to have to do that at some point. That is the end of Joseph's turn. Pop over here. Drawing and all clear, but guess what comes below him? That's right, a vine. Ugh, man, that's a silly thing, but that vine stays there now. So, Barry goes. Barry is going to first use one of his tokens here for the first action. So that's action number 1 to pull that back up to 10. So now his flamethrower is back at height. Action number 2, he's going to pick up 2 out of the 3 tokens that are on the field. So he is back to full. And then action number 3, he's simply just going to bloop 1 forward. Now he's going to have to get past that vine too, unless another vine happens to spawn below him, which does, unfortunately. No escape. Open the closest non-locked door, blah, 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 blah. And then everyone does that. So again, no enemies. A door unlocks. But the vines are what's killing my guys right now. Ah, geez. And remember, you're going to have up to 6 vines on the field at once, or on your map or whatever. When you run out of vine tokens, that's when you start pulling whatever the closest vine to your character is to them. So that's it for Barry. It is now Joseph's turn. Joseph, you know what? He gets that ability. His impetuous is at the start of Joseph's turn. Place him in an adjacent square. I don't have to do any dodge. I don't have to get away from anything. So I'm just going to place him in an adjacent square. He still only gets 3 movement because he starts his turn here, but this is great. Oh yeah, by the way, poof, that popped open because of the no escape. 1, 2, and sure, I'll just walk into here for 3, and depending on how bad this is, I can just leave the room because I get my free movement whenever I do finish resolving an encounter token. Resolve all spawn entries in the card. Replace with the closest corpse with a crimson head. I'm waiting. You know, I'm going to be in a triple pull room. It's going to be like 2 spiders and a Lisa Trevor. Well, I do get 1 free movement, so bump right here. I do want to make my way up and around and open that up eventually. Let's draw the tension for Joseph. All clear, except for the vine that is now at your feet. Plan 42 coming in from everywhere. But once again, I can just move to an adjacent spot. Barry, however, I don't really want to keep moving past all these plants because he's already in a precarious situation, and I would need to roll twice in order to get past. So I think I'm just going to use my flamethrower. I'm going to use my flamethrower here and just burn both of those. It's the best way I can think of to get him out of here unscathed as possible, but we'll see what happens. All right, good. So we know that we killed the vine below us, and then it also spread to all adjacent vines. So there we are. The flames of justice ignite around Barry, knocking out both of these viney, tendrily things that are coming up from who knows where. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3. And unfortunately, that's it. So even on his next turn, he's only going to be able to move 3, just getting through this door over yonder. Maybe Joseph can just knock out that other tentacle. Hey, cool, or whatever, vine, whatever it is. All clear there. Yeah, we'll leave it for Barry. Free movement over there, placing him in an adjacent spot because I can, as Joseph do. Turning up. Action number 1. Action number 2. No, stand up, my barrier, please. Everything's all squished together. And going through this door for action number 3, we are going to go ahead and do exploration card number 4. Here we go. All right, you got to kind of orient this straight up because we're coming in through that door with a 1 down there, but we have it's a dead end, which is great. So we just need to explore it and then get out of here. 2 more bee items. So that would be number 2 and number 3 out of the 4 available. And then the 5th one with the beehive. Another A item, and then lots and lots of pulls. We've seen some really good cards, so now I'm sure here come the bad cards. So we know we moved in here as move number 3. Let's go ahead and do this. And if worst case scenario, Joseph does get a free movement afterwards. So this happens to be spawn a corpse at the end of the active player's tension phase. Replace each corpse on this tile with a zombie. That's going to be a zombie. So the corpse is going to go here. Joseph does get his free movement, so I'm just going to back up 1 regardless. It's at the end of the tension phase that becomes a zombie, so it's not going to move or anything like that. This is all connected, by the way, so I do have to really be careful with this, mainly because these are archways right here, so anything that spawns here will come out. It's not going to be that good. I think I am going to just do 1 move backwards for Joseph for his 4th and final movement. because I got the free movement from there, and then his fourth action goes backwards 1. And that's going to be the end of his turn. Oh, God, Bee Swarm. Dang, bees. The active character must move 2 squares away from their current square. This movement ignores reactions from enemies. If the character has not moved onto a different tile, then I have to avoid bees. Well, you know what? 1, 2. So there is Joseph. Now the problem now is now at the end of the tension phase, the zombie rises up. So now those bees kind of alerted him. He's not going to, you're not a Crimson Head, right? No, you're just leaning a little bit more. At the end of Barry's phase, he'll move into Joseph's space, but Joseph can just jump out of it regardless. So I think we'll be okay. Okay, let's actually try to keep track of this a little better. Over here to Barry's turn. Barry only has 3 actions, so he's just going to go 1, 2, 3, and that is it. He'll have to avoid the tentacle or whatever. I keep calling it a tentacle. The vine right here, but regardless of anything, that's the end of that. It is a reaction phase, so this guy does go on to Joseph's square. And we'll pull attention for Barry. Gunshots in the distance. Draw cards from the encounter deck until a card with a spawn entry is drawn. Place the card in the encounter deck pile, then shuffle the other deck or draw back. And then, okay, cool. So I'm actually going to remove this from the game because this is from the director's cut, and I only ever use the director cut cards once through every cycle. I don't think I may actually need to get myself to a typewriter and reshuffle this, but until then, this is going to remove from the game. And then we draw from here until we see an encounter, which our next encounter is draw, spawn a zombie, and draw a tension card. So now this goes to the discard pile. Wish this was Lisa. I wish this was a spider. Wish this was anything other than what this card is. All right, Joseph's turn. Joseph gets a free movement. I'm actually going to go here. I'm going to kind of run away from this guy. And do I just run up and do the triple pull right now? I mean, I only have a shotgun. I'd rather have Barry with me in order to get other stuff. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Ignore this. This doesn't exist within the map itself. There are no walls or anything up here. At least I don't think so. Let me just double check. Hold on. No, it's just the flat one. You know what? All right, we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to do action number 4 for Joseph right there. Because I think there's only 1 spawn point, right? Yeah, right up there. So unless this gets full, then nothing will actually spawn on him. And it's only 2 draws, so maybe we'll get lucky. I say that now, knowing how bad things could be in here. Spawn a zombie and spawn a zombie. Actually, they both go to that 1 spot, and we should be okay. So, perfect. Fantastic. There's lots of undead in this area. Oh, goodness. Okay, so that's all that. Joseph does get a free move. If I move him anywhere close to these, they're going to come at me. I'm just going to bounce him back 1 because I'd resolved the token that was in here. All right, so after all that, enemy phase, they're going to lurch forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, Joseph is closest, so he's going to lurch over this way. Barry's going to have to run up here in order to save him, but Barry's also going to have to deal with that I keep calling them tentacle, because they look like tentacles. That vine right here before he gets up to Joseph. Hopefully that shotgun will hold on to him for a while. Oh, you know what I never did? I never did, this actually is Barry's card, because I forgot to pull his tension, because oh no, it was gunshots in the distance. That's right, that was Barry's. It was gunshots in, well, this got to go here anyway. Overrun. Place this card next to the tension deck with 3 wounds on it. Each time an enemy is killed, remove, or by using kerosene, discard. Each time an enemy is killed or a corpse is removed by using kerosene, read, discard a token from this card. If this is still in play, increase the danger level by 2. I don't want to do that because I lowered it by 2. I don't want to have to go backwards. And what's nice is there's plenty of enemies now for me to be able to actually get rid of Overrun. Overrun is a terrible card to pull if it is like near the end of your scenario and it just happens to come out and you're now going to get two unnecessary levels added to your thingy. So there you go. So that was Joseph. Barry. All right. 1. Let's roll. I miss, so Barry does take a damage. I'm going to have to heal him, but he does kick this out of the way, which is fine, so that dies. That was 2, 3, and 4. That is all he's going to do. Everybody now reacts. So they'll move 1. And Barry, he'll move to here. Oh, I got to watch out. Oh, I got to be careful. I don't need him attacking Barry on the enemy reaction phase. All right, I shuffled back in the all clear from the vine that I killed. End of Barry's turn. He drew an all clear. Joseph is going to have to do some fancy footwork here. He's also going to need to expunge more shotgun shells than I want. So free movement, we're going to move down over this way. Did these guys react at the end of Barry's turn? Yes, I'm pretty sure they did, because Joseph was in, they spawned here. That was the end of his turn. Joseph moved back. That was the end of Barry's turn. Okay, yeah, they are in the right spot, yes. So what Joseph is going to do is he's going to fire his shotgun down here at this guy. Or maybe I do my handgun. Maybe instead I just take my handgun, because if I can fire him off and hit him in the head, he'll turn into a corpse, and Barry could actually burn that guy with the lighter that he has and get rid of that corpse. I just leave the corpse. That could be a thing too, which will then move these two over here and give me a better chance to decapitate both of them with the shotgun, and it doesn't have to waste so many shotgun shells. All right, here we go. Joseph fires 3 bullets at that zombie staring down Barry, and unfortunately doesn't do too much. It only does a push, and I'm actually going to push him closer to Joseph. But now those other 2 zombies lurch out into the hallway, which he will turn and fire his shotgun at them. Yes, yes. Okay, great. That's perfect. So that'll actually do a spread damage and kill them both. That will move that other zombie closer to Ken, and I'm going to leave it at that. Joseph. I meant Joseph. I don't know why I said Ken. I'm thinking of Kenneth. It's Joseph. Anyway, so he fired down, pop, 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 pop. A few bullets only just kind of moved him here, but then these guys reacted that way. He turned, saw what was happening, fired his shotgun as fast as he could, and blasted both of them out of existence. Goodbye to both of you guys. And then this guy moved in from there. So that was only 2 actions from Joseph. So now I'm going to go ahead and go 3, 4. I'd love to shut the door, but I cannot. Remember, this wall isn't here, so I can get to that B item on his next turn. And that's going to be the end of it. The reaction phase, he's going to move up 1. And then I think Barry will just kind of come on in and take care of that guy a little bit later. Okay, maybe not exactly like I was hoping it would be, but you know what? It still reacted. It still was enough. Man, Barry needs to heal badly. Overrun, I got 2 of these out of here, so that is also amazing. I only have to kill that one guy in order to finish it. Joseph ends his turn with an all clear and no vines. Barry comes in to save the day. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and burn for 4. Die, zombies, die. Fire, fire, fire. Burn it, yes. Oh, man, that's a great roll. Why can't I hit good rolls like that when Joseph is firing his handgun or anything? Oh, man. And more fire happening to that zombie. Goodbye, you are gone, no corpse. And I've already shuffled in the all clear to Barry's deck, so that ends his turn. We do have a triple pull coming up, so, you know, that's going to be terrible. We do hopefully have enough armaments in order to take everything down. Let's flip here with an all clear, but at least Joseph now gets to go pick up the next B item. Oh, and Overrun is actually officially out of here as well. Hooray! All right, Joseph gets his free movement, so we're going to put him right over here. 1, pick up for 2, 3, and 4, because we'll make our way up, and our team will take care of these and then get on out of here. So let's see what the second B item is. Dun, 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 dun. It is a self-defense gun. If this character is attacked by an enemy and fails the evade roll, discard this card to pass the evade roll, and then that enemy suffers 3 damage. Holy jeez, that's huge. Oh my god, that's a massive amount of healing. I mean, the fighting back, I should say. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, good job, Joseph. Okay, so that is the end of his turn. Crimson Rage, remove the closest that I get rid of. There's no, okay, good. Oh god, oh my god, I was really like, no corpse. Because that one zombie actually never turned into a corpse because I burned him with Barry. And then the other 2 were blown away because of the shotgun. Hallelujah for that. Barry is going to go 1, 2. Before he does anything else, his third action is going to be Joseph healing him. So we have a green herb and a red herb right here. I think both of those are A items. Yep, they're going to go back into the A deck. So the green herb does by 1, and the red herb does 2. So this is going to be a heal of 3. So 1, 2, 3. Barry is back up to full health, but I need to get myself to a item box in order to gain any more healing items. We'll put this up here, and that opens that up. So that was 1, 2, 3 for the heal. Actually, I don't know if Barry could just make him do that like that. So I'm just going to say, well, whatever. It's fine. Hold on. Now I got to look. Hold on one second. Actually, no, couldn't do that because he has to use it within his own inventory. So Barry was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's the end of his turn. Let's just hypothetically do this. All right, so we're back over here with Barry. It is his turn. Tension phase, all clear. Now it's Joseph's turn. He gets his free movement. He goes 1. He goes 2. He heals Barry for 3. Do we just stay here then? I think we just stay here and we say, Barry, you're up on this one next turn. I am not going to bother with anything. Yeah, we'll let Barry go into this room by himself first, and we'll just end Joseph's turn. Yeah, he does have the self-defense gun, which is great and all, but I don't trust going in there at all right now. Now you're back up to full, by the way, as well. Flip, all clear, but guess what's below us? God, divines! Oh, great. We just healed Barry, and now there's another vine below us. Ew. All right, well, now we know it's Barry's turn, so we will make a defensive roll. Oh, wow, we actually passed it. Good job, Barry. So we don't lose our turn. So 1, or action, I should say. Joseph is still here. However, it is a dreaded triple pull, and this is going to be terrible. Here we go. I've been recording for quite a while. This is a very long mission, and so I'm probably going to have to take a break after this, but we'll see what our 3s are. Number 1, spawn 2 snakes. Number 2, spawn crows. Number 3, after resolving all spawn entries on this, replace the closest corpse with a zombie. Wow, for the 3 that I pulled, that's actually really not that so bad. 2 snakes and crows? Sure, Barry can burn those easy. All right, so Barry is on a spot, but I do believe that both snakes would actually go here first, and then this crow would actually pop into the same space as Barry. All right, so the problem now is if Barry uses his flamethrower, he can flamethrower the birds, and then the snakes would immediately be on him, and then I guess he could flame... Well, no, they wouldn't be, because the snakes themselves are one whole block. So Barry needs to actually move away from these crows. So we're going to do that first. We're going to do action number 2 as a movement, which is a failure. So he pushes the crows and takes a damage, because why not? And then from there, he'll use... That was 1 to go in, 2 just got failed, 3, and now action 4, 1 flamethrower to burn both of those snakes. All right, here we go. Some snakes on the Barbie right here, Mr. Barry. Let's go. Burn them up. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Remember, flamethrower does 1 damage for the entire square. Burn it away. All right, so both of those snakes have been obliterated and they are gone. Bye, snakes. Okay, but the problem is, and now the birds have flown right onto Barry's space. It is the end of Barry's turn right now. We'll pull our tension deck, and I think what Joseph's going to do is he'll use his free movement to get in and just use some handgun bullets and fire at those crows. Pending nothing else bad happens. I've already shuffled in an all clear from the discard pile into here because of Barry's ability, and there's an all clear right there. Fantastic. All right, so we know Joseph is going to get his free movement, so let's just go. I have 8 bullets left, so we're going 1, 2, 3. We'll put him down to 5. And just to show, this is his free placement, I should say. Or really, technically, it's not even movement. It's placing. Moving him to an adjacent space, placing him into it. So, boop, he's past that vine. Doesn't have to worry about it. But now he's facing down these crows, and he's shooting at them. I don't really care. Well, I guess I can push. If I get a push, that's fine. Because then we just kind of grab the stuff and get out of here. All right, well, I got a push. So, sure, why not? I don't have to really worry about killing them or anything like that, so just push the crows up. I'll push them to the corner, whatever. Okay, so that was action number 1. Action number 2, Action number 2, action number 3. Do I grab the B item for 4? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll have him grab the B item for 4. Because on his next move, he can just move diagonally and then get a little closer and out of there. So, upside down B, Barry, my B band for Barry. But this B is going to Joseph. All right, what do we got? We got 3 left in there. Yeah, all right. So what do we got here? This is the unprinted book. Unlocks doors by unlocks the lock. Okay, let's try reading. Unlocks doors locked by the strange lock. So this is it. This is all you need to find. If you found this, you can complete the scenario, no problem. I may do that. I do want to try to get those other thing of incendiary grenades, which are still in the B deck, but I'm not 100% needing for it. And at the end of this, all the cards that would be removed from here get removed anyway. So I may just avoid the insects altogether. In the event, that is the end of Joseph's turn. All clear. Boop. Barry's now going to pick up an item. We'll go 1, pick up for 2, and then 3 and 4, and we'll just start making their way out of here. So Barry will get whatever this A item happens to be. If they were grenade rounds, that would be fantastic. Nope, they're shotgun shells, which are actually just as good. I could give those to Joseph at some point and reload that shotgun. So now I'm really not too worried about him taking one more shot somewhere, because then this shotgun shell will reload it up completely. All right, so I like that. Very nice. So that's the end of Barry. I didn't kill anything, so all clear. We're actually going to do rapid fire things right here. So it's Joseph's turn. He takes a free movement and then 1, 2, 3, 4 out of it. Actually, give me 1 second. He did go past the vine, so let's just see if he dodges it. He does. Okay, so that's it for Joseph. He has moved out. It's really just moving away from things right now. Barry, he got a little dodge, so that actually gets around that that vine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the end of Barry's turn. Tragic Echoes. Locate the closest zombie to the active character with an Aeon. There are none. I'd put it under the crows if I really had a choice, but that's fine. Okay. Joseph's going to go free movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to show all this once I get back to the main board. I'm just kind of rapid fire. Oh, no. Oh, this is bad. This is the one I was talking about. The active character must pass a medium evade roll. If they fail, they suffer 1 damage and they are poisoned. This card is then placed next to the active character's tile, which is really bad where I am. Remains in play for the rest of the scenario. If a character ends their turn on this tile, they must do the same thing. That is terrible. I'm telling you right now, we're going to have to probably make a detour at the item box there and pick up some blue herbs, because this infestation is in this tile. And at this point, both of my characters need to go through this in order to, I can go Barry 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. He's gonna get hit by it at least once. Oh man, it's awful. All right, well, in any case, Joseph fails. Oh no, he fails. Okay, so Joseph takes a hit and he is poisoned. So now, if we ever see a symbol, that X symbol, I believe it's that X. Let me just double check. Hold on. No, it's the pi symbol, the one that has all like the little lines in it. If we ever see that flipped up, then if that flips up during the active character's turn, so like when Joseph pulls, if we see that, then he takes an additional damage. We need to get a blue herb in order to get rid of this. I have 2 blue herbs in my my item box, so yeah, I really need to get there and do that. Oh man, that's awful. Okay, well this is actually still on the board. And there's 2 of these. There's 2 of these in here. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. So that is Joseph's turn right there. Barry, 1, 2, 3. The character ends their turn on this tile. It's because even if he's on here, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he would end it anyway. So I'm just gonna put him on the same spot as Joseph. All right, let's fix this up a little bit really quickly. And now Barry needs to make a medium evade. If he makes it, that'll be a miracle, and we only have to worry about 1 blue herb. Otherwise, yeah, that's terrible. Okay, flipping. Nope, that's what I thought. He Barry is now also poisoned and has taken a damage, which means 2 blue herbs are necessary right now. That is the end of Barry's turn. Flipping this over. Nope, that is an X symbol, but unfortunately a vine has now come up between us. Oh man, all right, so the vine's gonna go here. This could actually screw up Barry completely. Joseph is going to go. He's gonna get his free movement, which is fine. And then he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta get up there. Oh man, I have so many turns. I wanted to go here in order to explore out this area, but I have to get those blue herbs. Then we may just stop by here regardless and reset the deck and then go from there. Oh man, there's no enemies and yet I feel such dread. All right, all clear. Barry needs to go. All right, come on, Barry. Come on. Get out of it. Okay, good. All right, little one. That's fine. That's great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he's out of there. That's great. That's fine. Oh, I needed to get that dodge because otherwise he would have been in the same room with the infestation. Need to avoid that attack, and it would just been awful. Speaking of awful, we need to heal it. Oh, Keeper's Diary. This card remains next time a character and makes a search action, then I have to do an encounter card. Okay. I'm going to kind of just put this up here just as a reminder. So there we are. So that's what's there. That's in play right now. I'm never coming back to this area again, so I'm fine with that. Yeah, free movement from Joseph because it's Joseph's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just glad that he can move so fast because we got to get there quickly. He then got to turn around and save Barry. There it is. That's the pie symbol. That is the little pie symbol. So not only does he take a damage, but now a vine comes up underneath him. I honestly don't know if we're going to survive this. This might not be something we survive. Because even with my adjustments and everything, based on what I see with the vines and everything, I'm still in a lot of trouble. All right, Barry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just making our way around to the next door. And he flips Virtual and Blood. So, and regardless, a vine is coming up below him. While this card's in play, always use the same. Oh, that's even worse. Because of Virtual and Blood, this is always going to be the case. So it means a vine is literally now a vine spawns at the end of every character's turn. 6 wound tokens. Each time an enemy is killed, discard it. Oh man, and I have no enemies to kill except for the vines, but I need to take damage in order to take them. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, it's Joseph's turn. This might be a good time for me to break, so I'm gonna probably break it for right now, and I will be back. Well, to you, it's an immediate thing. So, yeah, okay.